Welcome to the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Philly. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
Good morning, everybody, and welcome into the locker room with Billy Schwein and my locker room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds. It is Easter Sunday, and I want to wish everybody a very happy Easter. It's a beautiful day. And Danny, good morning to you, buddy. How you been?
Great, Billy. Good morning. You know, I pulled up today, and I walked out of the house. It was a little bit cold, nothing crazy. Obviously, we've had worse weather, but then I arrived here, right? Yeah. Beautiful weather,
Beautiful.
right? Beautiful. Seagulls in full effect. I mean, it felt like summer when I get out of the car.
Yeah, it's nice. Good morning there to the intern Andrew Leeds. How you been, buddy?
Doing well. Like you said, beautiful weather out there. Gotta love it.
Yeah, I love it. So you've been at the Phillies games. You go to a lot of
Yeah,
Phillies.
I went to a couple games.
As a spectator.
Yeah, a couple games this week. I was able to get there on Wednesday night as a birthday present from the missus.
Right. By the way, we said happy birthday to you last week on the radio.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
And then you saw Nicky Earnshaw there.
Yeah, saw Nicky's Nuggets, live in action.
And then they were there Friday. I was there Friday. I didn't even know you were there.
Yeah, I didn't know you guys were there either. I mean, I assumed Nicky probably was.
No, it's just that Nicky didn't go.
Oh, he didn't go.
No, he did not go. I went, and then he told me afterwards that you were there, or you just told me you were there.
Yeah.
So, Danny, a lot going on, man. The NHL playoffs, the NBA playoffs have started. Obviously, we don't have any teams in these playoffs,
Unfortunately,
which kind of really stinks, man, because there's nothing better than playoff hockey, man. And I watched that Dallas-Colorado game last night. Those guys were banging.
Yeah, I mean, I have said it multiple times before, but I think NHL or hockey in general is honestly the hardest sport out of all four major sports.
Oh, my God. So you got to win, 16 games to win the Stanley Cup. And it is such a grind. And, of course, I talked to the Chief the other night, and Toronto hasn't won a playoff series in like 25 years. So he's got some pressure on him, but it's good. The playoffs are here. I just wish our Flyers were in there, man.
I know. But, hey, new era of Orange. Hopefully we're 2 years away from being 2 years away. This is a huge offseason for Danny Briere. We've talked about it countless times. He's got to ace this offseason. There's a lot of pressure. Not that his job's on the line quite yet, but the moves he makes this offseason is really going to set up that new era of Orange going forward.
And, of course, the Philadelphia Phillies yesterday, Leeds. This is funny because Nicky Earnshaw produced the show yesterday. He goes home. He's watching the Phillies game. I go home. I'm watching the Phillies game. Both of us fall asleep around when it was like 9-4.
Yeah.
Because there was a chain. You're on the chain, the text message, right? Next thing I wake up, I didn't even realize. I think I woke up, the game was over. I just assumed that they won.
Right.
Only to find out through the text message, chain message, that it was 11-10.
Yeah, it was a sweater.
Yeah, I had a very similar thing where I think when it was 7-1, I just tuned. I didn't fall asleep, but I just tuned out. I was like, they got this. It seems like a pretty easy win, just like Friday night. And then I get the notification while I'm at the gym. I'm like,
crazy.
10-11. What happened? I was like, thank God they won, but I was so confused. And then
they're beating up the Marlins, which you got to beat the teams that are in front of you. You got to beat the teams that you have, that are underneath you. That you have to win. At least they're winning.
Yeah, but barely.
But they're barely. They're winning.
The Marlins are a AAA team, right? And they, like you said, they're playing who's in front of them, and they were dominating them. They're up 9-1 at one point. It was 9 runs through 5 or 6 innings, like doing what they should do against the Marlins. And then they brought in the mop-up guys. You saw Carlos Hernandez. You saw Strom kind of come out in the 5th. He only got 1 inning, so he's obviously not a mop-up guy, but they used him much earlier than they normally do. And then Alvarado, after Romano collapses, allows 6 runs in 2/3 of an inning. Alvarado's like, how the hell did I find myself into this game trying to save this for this team? I'll tell you what.
His ERA, Romano's ERA is 15.
And it's bad. Like, every time he goes out there, outside like the first outing he had, he goes, I felt like I did everything I wanted to do out there. It just wasn't working for me. I executed what I wanted to do. The game plan, the scouting report, it just didn't work. And when's it going to work, Romano? When's it going to work?
Right.
And Dave Dombrowski I'll tell you what. I've been very forgiving for a lot of his moves. I've given a lot of his moves patience, like, for example, giving up Logan O'Hoppe for Brandon Marsh. By the way, a little bit of breaking news. Brandon Marsh placed on the 10-day IL with a right hamstring strain. Cal Stevenson recalled from AAA Lehigh Valley. That came out like 3 minutes ago. But I've been very forgiving about his moves. What he did or what he didn't do this offseason for the bullpen, absolute travesty. I mean, you lose 2 high-end relievers and you replace it with a guy who's coming off a brutal injury, and that's it. That's all you got.
Yeah, but he was an all-star for Toronto.
He was good. Don't get me wrong.
Over 100 saves in his career, right?
We had an all-star in Philly and Jeff Hoffman, and we just let him walk away for nothing.
Yeah, that's true. Well, look, you can't. I mean, he brings in Jesus Luzardo. I mean,
good move. Good move.
Yeah.
But, you know,
Max Kepler, the jury's still out on him.
Right. As he bolstered the rotation, he needed to bolster the bullpen after losing 2 big guys. I mean, Estevez is doing great over in Kansas City. Obviously, Hoffman, we had the physical concerns. He failed like 2 or 3 physicals, one with the Braves, one with the Orioles, but he looks fine. It's just, I don't know. I said it from, the beginning of the offseason when they lost those 2 guys. I said, all right, well, they better replace him. And I like the Romano signing, but that was more of a, all right, let's take a flyer on this guy, see what happens. And it's been a bleep show so far.
All right, so we do have some bright spots. And, of course, every Sunday throughout the baseball season, Leeds, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market of Ocean City. We'll talk some Phillies baseball, but a bright spot, Bryson Stott in the leadoff spot.
Yeah, he's been doing great to start off the season. I mean, last year obviously had those injury concerns also.
He's batting .310 in the leadoff spot in 7 games.
Yeah, I mean, it's a move when it happened. I was surprised. Not that it doesn't make sense with his skill set.
364 on-base percentage, Leedsy.
Yeah, he's just crushing it so far. I mean, it's a guy who, I feel like for years the debate was Turner or Schwarber in the leadoff spot. Put Stott in there, and it seems to be the best combination of all of them so far.
So, by the way, yesterday on the program, Friday I had my press pass. I went to the Phillies game. I interviewed Larry Boa, and Larry Boa said some candid things on my show yesterday. We're going to replay him for Tommy Greene. One of them was I asked if he could coach today, and he said no. He said, I'm not saying that he basically said, I'm not saying that these players are soft, but I'm saying they're very sensitive. He called them very sensitive. So you can't rip a player in front of anybody, and where you got to do it behind closed doors, or you'll lose. You'll cause.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it was a different era of baseball back when he played and even when he managed, and he kind of resembles, in my eyes, a college coach where he's
a throwback.
Yeah, he's gonna rip into you. He's gonna treat you, and with how do I put this? He's going to disrespect you at certain points, and a lot of these players can't take that. And that's just that style of managing has kind of been faded out.
I'm going to call you youngsters soft. Okay,
that's fine.
You guys all need safe spaces, and you need, you need.
That's fine.
You need distancing.
Is it the damn phones that are doing that?
I don't know what it is. All right, and then when do you hear this, Leedsy? So during the week, I get a phone call from a buddy of mine, Charles Shea. Now, he lived in Ocean City for a while. He's now living in Virginia. But he comes up, he comes here in the summer. He surfs, skateboards. He's a good dude. He tells me that he's been running a lot. He said he just qualified for the Boston Marathon. Wow. He's up in Boston right now, and the marathon's tomorrow, and we're going to talk to him today.
That's
insane.
Yeah, that's special.
26.2 miles, you guys.
Yeah, I mean, you said he's been running a lot. I mean, he's been running proficiently a lot to qualify
he runs
for the Boston
Marathon. 7-minute, 20-second mile.
What?
Yes.
That's insane.
And he's in the 50 to 55 category.
I'm lucky if I can get my mile under 10.
We're going to,
Wow.
I said I couldn't even walk 26 miles.
Yeah.
Listen. We're going to have him on. We're going to talk to him about the Boston Marathon.
That's going to be cool.
His preparation.
I've always wanted to run a marathon,
but
but I have to start with a half marathon. I think even that would kill me.
He said he's running the Marine Marathon down there in Virginia like 9 times. But he qualified. So we'll talk to Charles Shea. And then, of course, at the bottom of the second hour, we're going to high school athletes in the spotlight with Fran Mclaughlin. Brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, right down the road here, right on Tilton Road. Get yourself some nice pretzels. But a lot to talk about, NBA playoffs, NHL playoffs, baseball with Tommy Greene, and we're going to play that ABC thing. We'll do it when we come back, just because, just in celebration, we have all kind of topics on here, Leedsy.
Yeah.
Boston Marathon.
We didn't even mention the NFL draft.
We didn't even talk about the draft yet.
Yeah,
high school athletes in the spotlight, local stuff.
A lot to cover. I mean, hey, there was that dead period right before March Madness where it was just really no sports going on right before the NBA and NHL playoffs, and now we're in the thick of it. It's a beautiful time of the year.
I wrote an article, you guys, on Friday, like I always do, 97.3ESPN.com. Are the Phillies fans too critical of this Phillies team?
Phillies fans?
Yeah,
Phillies fans.
AKA yourself.
Well, and I know you said that back to me, but I'm a fan.
Yeah.
And guess what, Mr. Negadelphia? There's a lot of people that feel the same way I do. But you get to the ballpark, and all these baseball lifers, they all know how hard this game is. They all say to a man that it's early, and it is early. It's April 20th.
Yeah.
It's Easter Sunday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
But we still have a long way to go, but it's still very frustrating when you see guys, 71 players in Major League Baseball are under the Mendoza line.
yeah, and especially with this team, too, it's like, I think the fans are well aware. You know, Philadelphia fans are very passionate. They pay close attention to these teams. They're aware this window's closing, and they're regressing year after year after year as far as how far they go in the playoffs.
But they're getting more wins every year.
Yeah.
Last year they had 95, 96 wins.
Right. It doesn't matter. I mean, it'll make for a good regular season, a fun regular season at the bank, but that's about it. So, I mean, these fans are very passionate. They're aware of what's going on, and they see, you know, the lack of success with the bullpen, the lack of success with the offense, and they're not going to stand for it. So I don't think they're too critical. I don't think you are. Sometimes you can be.
Well, when you said that to me, you said, "Is that article about you?" It wasn't about me.
Yeah.
But it's a part of me. It's a part of all of us. Leeds, you're critical.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say you're not alone in that. I mean,
Right.
I feel like I'm less quick to criticalness as you are as times, but I mean, yeah, I am critical of this
I'm
team. I want
invested
them
in
to
this
win.
team, Leedsy.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to not be in. I know there's 162 games, there's only 20 games in, but I mean, you want to see this team playing well. That's why you're a fan.
Is it because, Danny, we talked about this yesterday. We got to take a break, but is it because of all the money? Like, it's not our money. Who cares what Trey Turner's making? But when you see a guy making $30 million, batting .230, you know, he was batting 217 the other night.
Well, that's what I think it is. I think it's the lack of results. You know, you see these guys, when Bohm first came up, it was like, wow, this guy's, 6'5", whatever he is. He's pure muscle. He looks like a beast out there, contact hitter, not going to hit a lot of homers, but hopefully drives the hell out of the ball, and he's been very disappointing. Marsh has regressed. You take a look at Kepler. He's been, a decent pickup, but that was their big outfield splash in the offseason. It's just like, okay, well, I feel like there should be, and I feel like this is how a lot of fans feel, there should be some more urgency with a window that's closing like this, and these guys aren't getting any younger.
That's right. Leedsy, this team's 30. I think the average age is 30 years old. They're like in the top 5 oldest teams in the league.
And you got some guys coming off the books, but then Bryce isn't going to get any younger. Trey's not going to get any younger. Nola seems to be regressing in front of our eyes by the day.
I interviewed Aaron Nola, and I got to tell you, for a guy that is 0-4 and he's not off to a good start by any stretch of the imagination, and he knows it himself. Just talking to him yesterday, as I interviewed him, and then off the interview before I even interviewed him, like before it was recorded, he said some things off the record. Like, he's same demeanor. Like he knows he's got a problem. He said he's walking people that are so uncharacteristically like me. Mm-hmm. He said I got to figure this out.
Do you think he's playing with a little bit of an injury? I mean, his velocity is just it's down big time.
It wouldn't shock me if that came out, honestly. I mean, it's just something looks off out there.
I mean, Billy, he's like, topping out at certain points like 89?
I know.
90 if he's lucky. That's insane.
He's always had inconsistency issues, but never with his velocity like
He's
this.
always
like
gotten off the slow starts, too.
Yeah, he does have a history. But this year's been longer of a slow start than usual.
6 more years in that contract, baby.
All right, so we got 2 hours to get it all in. It's Easter Sunday. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. Surety is an industry-wide leader with a team of experts that will help you through the entire process. From contract signing to closing for the shortest center city and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office at 609-399-1227. I want to tell you about McCann Appraisers. For all your real estate appraisal needs, call John A. McCann and Associates, 609-263-7422. Ask for Norma for whether you're asking about commercial or residential properties, for estate tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann and Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. When we return, we'll continue with more Phillies talk. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies weekend against the Marlins. Plus, we'll get you ready for the NFL draft. Yes, it's draft week. Football at 4 with Jeff Mosher. All that and more coming up Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the locker room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the locker room sent you.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical, they're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
This Friday, April 25th, get to Boardwalk Honda between 2 and 6 for your chance to see history. The Verge Championship Trophy will be on display during a live broadcast of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill on 97.3 ESPN. Snap a pic with a trophy that sealed the Birds' big game victory. And while you're there, lock in your spring savings. Boardwalk Honda has over 200 Hondas in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, ready for immediate delivery. Only at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township or online at boardwalkhonda.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim and my Locker Room Youth Movement, producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds. Easter Sunday, we got you out of bed there, Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, it was a little tough tonight. A little tough this morning. Last night was WrestleMania night 1. I was up a little late.
Oh, were you really?
But, yeah, no, I mean, it's Easter Sunday. It's beautiful.
You watch that stuff, Danny?
From time to time. Honestly, in the past few years, it's kind of drawn my interest more and more. But, you take it with a grain of salt. Some people appreciate it for what it is.
I'm not into that
I'm not huge into it, but, hey, the theatrics of it can be interesting. Right. I won't lie.
Well, look, the Phillies, Zach Wheeler pitched an unbelievable game on Friday night. He strikes out 13 batters, doesn't walk a soul. And then yesterday, Taijuan Walker, I thought, pitched pretty well. He only went 4 innings, and you're getting why did they pull him out after 4? He could have gone at least 5.
Did we get any word on that?
I was surprised about that.
Was he hurt or something? I don't know.
Let me take a look.
But anyway, Leezy, I would have kept him in for one more inning But maybe they were looking at like he always blows up in one inning. They try to curtail that.
I get that, but at the same time, this season he's been a lot better than he was, last year, obviously, and the year before that. I mean, I would have given him another inning as well, unless it comes out that there was some sort of injury.
Andrew Leeds, do you believe that Stott should be the leadoff hitter now the rest of the way? Because he's so far so good. He ranks second in baseball behind the Dodgers' Andy Pags. He looks at least almost 5 pitches per at bat.
Yeah, I mean, I think as long as he keeps playing the way that he's playing, I wouldn't touch a thing. I mean, obviously it's a thing that you can reassess.
Lenny Dykstra was a great leadoff hitter. He was left-handed.
Yeah. And
I'm not calling Stott Lenny Dykstra, but he's got speed at the top of the order. He's putting the ball in play.
He's good at drawing contact.
Yeah.
He's not just home run or bust.
He
like
fouls
some of
off
the
a
other
lot
guys.
of pitches. He sees a lot of pitches.
Yeah, and I think that's the perfect guy to have in that starter lineup. I mean, to be the number one hitter, yeah. I think that's perfect for the way this roster is construed. You get a little support behind Harper with Schwarber now in that 4 spot. I like the way the lineup's constructed, man. I like how it's going so far.
Now, I know, Danny Ryan, you're going to tell me that the Marlins are a minor league team. We agree that they're, pretty, but they're a scrappy team. They still have 8 wins.
Yeah, but better than the Braves right
ready
now.
For this? Bryce Harper, Rojas, Schwarber, Stott, and Trey Turner all had a stolen base yesterday.
Yeah, it was fun to watch.
So they're running the bases. This is the first time 5 guys have stolen a base for the Phillies since when? May 30th, 2009.
Wow.
Jimmy Rollins, Ruiz, Chase Utley, Victorino, and Jason Worth.
Yeah, I mean, it was really fun to watch. It wasn't like they were just taking care of business. I mean, they were owning these guys, and then it all kind of blew up in our face. It's fine if you win like 11-6 or 11-7. I'm fine with that. But to let them all the way back in the game to the point where they're 1 run away from tying it, it's just pathetic against a team like that. And listen, the sky's not falling. I'm not saying the Phillies are bad. It's just I can't believe, you sign a guy who was supposed to be our closer. Let's be honest. They signed Romano to be the closer, and he blows up like that. Real quick to backtrack, though. Taijuan Walker's shoulder stiffened up in the start yesterday, which is why Rob Thompson took him out after 56 pitches, but said he will start the series opener in Chicago, which I would assume will be his last start in the rotation before Ranger comes back. So,
all right, the Phillies are 13-8. They trail the Mets by 1 game. You know what's so funny? Yesterday, I pointed this out. I get the Daily News. You guys all tease me because I still read newspapers, all right? I get my Daily News, and on the back of the Daily News, they start talking about the Mets and how the series is rejuvenated because of they're both good teams now. We're just starting a Marlins series, and they're already looking past them. The media's doing it.
Yeah.
Like they're already talking about the Mets series coming up.
Yeah, and I feel like it's almost like an issue that this team has had. I mean, this is the media, but also
they're not good enough to look past the Marlins.
Yeah, you're not good enough to look past any team that you're facing right in front of you. You got to focus on who you're playing each series, and I don't know. I feel like that's an issue that this team has had of just looking too far ahead. I mean, I remember spring training last year; they were talking about the World Series.
Right.
Like you got to work to get there.
But our expectations for this team is World Series or bust.
Yes, you can have those expectations.
By the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but last week on the show, we all agreed, Nicky Earnshaw, PJ Corda, Mr. Negadelphia, and myself, if the Phillies win the World Series, we all have to shave our heads.
Oh, God. I'm not agreeing to that one. I'm not agreeing to that one.
You're not going to do that?
I like my hair too much.
You think they're going to win the World Series? You're so.
I don't.
That's how much I want them to win the World Series, and I'm man enough to do. I'm man enough to do that.
I'd maybe shave the facial hair. I'd maybe do that because I haven't had a clean face since I was 17.
Really?
So yeah.
All right, then at least jump on board.
I'll do that. I'm not going to shave my head. I don't think I have too big of a head. It would be an egg. It wouldn't look good.
Yeah, I can't. I can't rock the buzz cut. But I mean, hey,
how about you shave your beard then?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Not that you got a football player's beard.
Yeah,
11 hairs on the side.
Yeah, exactly. When I grow it out, it looks a little bit better. But now we're kind of like in the stubble phase right now.
So you two guys are willing to shave your beard if the Phillies win the World Series?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I might be able to be convinced to shave my head. It'd be a small price to pay for one hell of a parade.
You need to do it now, and you don't want to do it as you get closer to the season, closer to the end of the season, because you know exactly what their chances are.
I know. I don't.
Come on, step up to the plate, will you, Danny?
Give me till the deadline. I want to see if they actually bolster this roster at all. Yeah, funny. By the way, I do want to bring up real quick, in honor of the NBA playoffs officially starting yesterday, our old buddy Tobias Harris.
Can you believe he's in the playoffs?
No, that's fine. He's in the playoffs, whatever, with the Pistons. They're a scrappy team. I can't believe he's producing in the playoffs. Never produced for the Sixers really ever in the playoffs. Yesterday, 40 minutes, 25 points, 8 for 13 from the field with 6 rebounds. Where the hell was that, Tobias? How many years here? 5?
Do you remember how many points he scored in his last playoff game as a Sixer?
Is 2 or 0?
0.
Oh,
it was 0.
So bad.
But 25, and then, the Pistons, they blew that 21-point lead to the Knicks. But
doesn't this always happen to the Phillies athletes? They either get traded, they go somewhere, they start to shine, or they shine, we pick them up, and they look. I mean, like Romano's a perfect example.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable to me. I mean, at a certain point, you have to chalk it up to coaching. We weren't using him correctly. I guess we're just telling him to go sit in the corner and wait for the ball to be passed to you. But man,
speaking of coaching, it comes out that Tortorella. Like, how horrible of a coach was he to no communication, lack of communication skills
I didn't
on
see
his
that.
part. Couturier was like, he was benched. He didn't agree with any of the things that he was saying. Like, communication's essential.
Do you think he lost that locker room
Long time ago?
Yeah, I was gonna say like last season before, and they just had to put up with him after that.
Yeah, I think they were a little slow pulling the trigger, getting rid of him.
Yeah, I was going to say, I feel like they should have just cut ties in the offseason.
But maybe because they realized that this team had no expectations of doing anything in the playoffs, and they were going to go as far as they can until he got like an altercation with Cam York that they decided to let him go.
Yeah, and I feel like part of them got a little, mind controlled from last year's surprising success where, they should have made the playoffs.
Right, because you remember last year
collapsed.
they had 7 games on their schedule. They needed to win was 1 or 2 games to get into the playoffs. And they went 0 for 7.
Yeah. So I think they saw that and they said, okay, Tortorella, maybe he is the guy. Maybe he is the coach that will take that next step. But obviously it's just, not the right guy for this culture.
Well, Rob Thompson, the manager of the Phillies, seems to be a player's manager. Seems to be like he doesn't obviously, like when I talk to Larry Boa, you get the sense from and Ben Davis, it's a long season. The game of baseball all professional sports is tough. But he understands this, and he's calm, cool, and collected. He's like Aaron Nola. Talk to Aaron Nola. He is like the most relaxed, happy, easygoing guy imaginable.
I feel like Aaron Nola might be on some lettuce every now and again. To be honest with you.
Nah, man.
You're right. With how even keel he is, though.
He's even keel, man.
And again, like he is so. He's never getting too high. He's never getting too low. So I think he will figure it out. He's always been kind of consistent where he's at, where it's going to be at his best, he'll be, a low 3 ERA, if not like a high 2. At his worst, he'll probably be a 4 ERA, but he's still going to eat 200 innings for you. So I'm not too worried about him, but again, that velo, would I be crazy to say he's hurt?
Coming up on the other side, Leedsy, we got Tommy Greene. We go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, and we'll talk to him. He's obviously he's a guy that says, Schweiner, you're getting too crazy. Don't get too, don't jump off that bridge, buddy.
We got to get his reaction to Larry Boa's comments as well.
Yeah, we're going to play Larry Boa's comments for Tommy Greene to see what he thinks. So, but like Rob Thompson's, you got to be like a therapist basically for these young players. Like Boa said, these players are sensitive.
Yeah, and I get it to a degree. I mean, because, there are times you want to push their buttons, but you don't want to push the wrong buttons. And I think a guy like Rob Thompson, he knows how to, again, like you said, be even keel, control the locker room, and just, keep things steady. So
I can't wait to talk to Tommy Greene. The first hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Now, just about and listen, I want to tell you about La Scala's Beach House because we love it there. Maybe I'll take the family there for Easter dinner today.
Ooh, that'd be a good idea.
And La Scala's Barrera and get that meatball trio.
Oof.
Right? That would
it always looks delicious when you get that.
Leedsy, it opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's LaScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Y'all are saying biscuits aren't as good as bagels for breakfast sandwich? The biscuit is better.
Cece, no,
The biscuit is better.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Y'all are having the wrong. I don't know who making y'all biscuits. Y'all are all off. Like, if you got a biscuit as the vehicle for the breakfast sandwich, I'll take that 10 times out of 10 over a bagel.
What?
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
If a carpet refresh is on your to-do list, now's the time to check it off, because right now you can take advantage of our Buy More, Save More savings. The more you buy, the more you save, up to 15% on select special order carpet purchases. Plus, the Home Depot Home Services can handle the installation for you. All that's left is to enjoy that stunning new carpet and step into softness. The Home Depot, how doers get more done. Offer valid April 17th through May 4th. Receive up to 15% off special select order carpet purchases. Minimum purchase required. Exclusions apply. For licenses, see homedepot.com/license numbers.
97.3 ESPN has teamed up with Seize the Deal for incredible weekly offers from some fantastic local restaurants. Here's this week's big deal.
Get a $50 gift card good for use at Island Grill in Ocean City for just $25.
This great deal is on sale now at seizethedeal.com. Hurry, chances are this deal will sell quickly. For more info on this great deal, go to seizethedeal.com.
SeizeTheDeal.com. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds is with me. And being down at the ballpark, you get to see certain things. One thing I noticed, that the physical fitness, these guys, like Romuto's a stud. Like, you get close to these guys, like even Rojas, for as thin he is on TV, he's got some size to him. These guys are big.
Yeah,
They're
I mean, the
muscular.
modern athlete.
Yeah, the modern athlete today. You know who's really big? Our first guest every Sunday. He's cut. He's chiseled out of stone. Let's now it's time to go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, sponsored by Blitz's Market of Ocean City, located at 21st and Asbury Avenue. Try their famous breakfast sandwiches, hoagies, gourmet burgers, and vegetarian options. Online ordering is available at blitzesmarkets.com or give them a call at 609-399 9983. Start your day off with Blitz's freshly squeezed orange juice. Mention the locker room, get $1 off their 12 ounces of liquid sunshine. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room former Phillies pitcher, our good buddy Tommy Greene. Good morning, Tommy Greene.
Good morning, Billy. Happy Easter, my friend.
Happy Easter. I met your good buddy John Brazier down there at the bank the other night.
Oh, director of fun and games. Right?
Yeah, he was telling me about his.
What a title! What a title he has.
What a guy! He was telling me about his sneakers.
His sneakers. Oh, he's got 1 million of them. He's got 1 million. He's hilarious, man.
He had a lot. We sat down and had a dinner. You know, the cafeteria upstairs in the press box, and we sat and had dinner together, and we got to talk. And of course, your ears should have been ringing because we were talking about you most of the time. But
I knew why. I knew why I was hurting.
Hey, Tommy, before we get started, I was down there Friday night with my press pass, and I talked to Ben Davis. I interviewed Larry Boa, and I interviewed Aaron Nola. But before we get started in our weekly segment, I want you to hear what Larry Boa said about the modern day athlete. So there you go. He said he couldn't manage today's player.
I know Bo the way he is because you know where Bo stands because he wears it on his sleeve, and they're not going to, he's going to let you know straight out, right up front. If there's a mistake made, he's going to let you know. That's just his personality. That's just the way it is. The modern day player, I'd have to say they're, the constructive criticism, you can't do it out in the open more. They're not dealing with it as much, I think. They come in and think, they're not used to dealing with the negativity of things because, or the humble pie, everything's perfect for them. You know what I mean? So, but it's the change in times, but it's just like us. It'd be hard to do things. It'd be hard for Bo to manage in this situation because he's just not geared that way.
But Tommy, you guys, he said even not just the manager. He said back in the day, you come off the field, you had to deal with the Macho Row. You made a mistake, you had to deal with Dalton and Truck and Dave Hollins and whoever else.
Oh yeah. There's no question about that. It was handled the right way. It wasn't handled out in front, like in the dugout, right in front of the cameras and stuff like that. A lot of times, it's sort of you don't want it handled like that. I know with our crew, with Dutch and the guys like that, they would get you upstairs where they could have the conversation what needed to be had, or you were going to listen to them.
Right.
It wasn't about nothing about what you said. This is the way it was going to be.
So Tommy, let me ask you this question: Is it more? Does it mean more coming from a player or like a leader like Dutch Dalton or like a captain than it would be coming from the manager?
I don't think so. For me, the way I look at things, because the manager's the boss.
Right.
You know what I mean? He's the boss, but it's like two different things a little bit. You want the approval. I know as a ball player, you want the approval and you want to do things right. You want to make your family, which is the family, is the teammate, your teammates you play with every day. You want to do well for them and do the right things and make them proud of what you're doing, the way you're going about your business. And that's the huge thing about your fellow teammates. You're going about your business the right way. You're humping it out there.
They see
you're leaving it on the field. Yeah, you're leaving it on the field. There's nothing they can say about it.
And that's exactly what in the interview I had with Aaron Nola. We didn't play that for you, but Aaron Nola basically said he doesn't want to let his teammates down. That was comforting to hear that they mean more to him than not that the fans, but it's important for him to play well for his teammates.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's no question about that. It starts there. and obviously you want to play good for the fans because, you know, I mean, they're your home fans, you know, and you want to pitch good in front of them, you know, and there's times where you're going to struggle. Everybody struggles in life at some time, at some point or another. So it's about dealing with it and trying to learn from your mistakes and move forward. What is causing the problems? And that's what he's trying to figure out to try to get to hone it in and get more consistent, add the good things.
Every Sunday morning, we go on the mound with former Phillies pitcher Tommy Greene, brought to you by Blitz's Market. Tommy, like, the Marlins are in town for 3, and Danny and my locker room youth movement said this team's basically a Marlins team is like a good AAA team, but they're still an MLB, and you still got to beat them. Yesterday, Romano, you worried about Romano? He gives up 6 runs in the 9th.
Yeah, I mean, it's time, and they thought they had some things figured out, and things were going in the right direction over his previous, 3 outings or so. And obviously, yesterday was a completely different story. To give up that type of runs in 1 inning at the end of a ball game after you got it handily, in hand. The scores, really out of hand. It shouldn't have been come down to that. But that's the old adage is it's not over to the big lady scenes, So I mean, and I've seen worse things. We've been on the good end of that sometimes back in the day. We beat the Dodgers like that one time. We were down 11-2 or something like that in the 8th inning and come back and won. So I mean, it's not over till it's over. So I know it's frustrating. I know what Romano and Aaron's going through. It's frustrating. I've been through it. As long as you're physically okay.
Right.
And that's the huge thing. I mean, and really, we're not going to know until it's made known. You know what I mean? As far as that's concerned. But if everybody's healthy, it's just something you go through struggles where you're just a little bit off and balls get over the zone. And sometimes they miss them, sometimes they don't. And right now they're not missing them. So for those guys.
Hey, Tommy, Romano, obviously an offseason acquisition that hasn't really panned out quite yet, but one, at least so far, that has, is Jesus Luzardo. He's on the bump today for a bit of a revenge game against his former ball club. Can you just talk a little bit about what you've seen from him? And, I mean, I have to ask you, would it be crazy to say he's the second best pitcher in this rotation?
Well, I don't go, it goes in ebbs and flows, as far as everybody wants to put a number on a guy, where's he at in the rotation? Right. It goes through the season where all the guys are going to be pitching well at different times. And during that time, they're the number one. You know what I mean? So they're pitching well, and some of the guys are not quite pitching that well, and they're the number one. That's the way you look at it. It's about going out there each day and doing your job and giving your team a chance to win. And that's what he's done, so far this year. And, with his health, he's stayed on top of that. Obviously, he's been, knock on wood, been healthy as far as we know. Through his back injuries, and that's a huge thing. You see what back injuries can do. Look at Suarez. He's been dealing with his back for almost going on a year now. Right. And it can bang you up, and you can and it makes you lose your legs and lose velocity and stuff like that. So see Luzardo throw the ball like he is right now, velocity wise and command, the new breaking, so to speak, the new breaking ball. Or the breaking ball he's kind of incorporated since spring training to now is a huge thing. I think last out in there he got caught a couple times with that breaking ball being a little on the flat side rather less than being more one plane rather less than breaking both planes down and in, getting towards that back foot to a right-hander, and it stayed out over the plate a little bit, and stayed flat. And that's you got to tip your hat to the hitters. They didn't miss it. They didn't foul it off for swing and miss. And they put it in play, and it cost him a couple runs. And not that he pitched horrible, but he didn't pitch to where we like to see him, or as radio people give up anything. Right. He's been lights out. So I mean, it happens. You're gonna give up runs. I mean, I like the way he's throwing the ball. Just let him go.
Yeah, good morning, Tommy Greene. So Bryson Stott, ever since being moved into that leading spot, has been playing very well as of late. And, has just continued to put the ball in play, see a lot of pitches, doing really well out there. So I wanted to get your perspective on what do you think? Do you think they're going to keep Stott in that leadoff position to go from here on out, or are they going to keep mixing it up, do you think?
Well, what's been the what's been the way that Topper's done things. You know, it all depends on the way it goes. He's not afraid to make the changes, you know, and put different people up there. But right now it seems to be working, so why not stick with it? I mean, you look at the past week. I mean, Scott's leading the way in average so far.
310. He's been batting 310 in 7 games in the leadoff spot.
Well, no, I mean, as far as that, and then for the week, he batted 400 in 5 games. What I'm looking at in 5 games and 20 at bats, he hit 400.
Yeah.
You know, the whole lineup basically. Until you get down to Realmuto, I mean, he's the one that struggles. He's striking out way too much. But, I mean, everybody's hitting right at 300 for the week, and you can't beat that. You can't ask for any more than that, you know?
So, Tommy, that's how you look at it. You look at it like week by week. You don't go by the whole picture. You just go week by week.
Yeah, because the game is a ebb and flow. Yeah, right. I mean, really, I go more. I watch a couple day thing. Watch how guys are playing, how they're seeing balls and stuff like that. When I'm watching them, when I'm watching the games, do they seem like they're picking up the ball? Like Harper went through a stretch a few games ago where it looked like, I mean, he was facing a bunch of left-handers, but he was giving a lot of ground to those left-handers. And the way we used to say, I can't say the actual words I want to say, but you say his heart was in it, but his butt wasn't. You know what I mean? He was giving ground. His butt was going towards the dugout, you know, to our dugout. And, I mean, he was just giving ground a little bit. And then the last few games, you see him swinging the bat, and he's staying on things. He's not giving that ground. And that's the difference in making contact, not striking out, and putting balls in play and driving the ball the other way and that type of things, which, you know, when he's doing that, he's dangerous.
Well, I got to tell you, being down at the ballpark, I spoke with Ben Davis, I spoke with Larry Bowe, and, of course, I interviewed Aaron Nola. And to a man, everybody said how, you know, people got to keep things into perspective that this game of baseball, especially at the major league level, is a hard game, and you're going to have ebbs and flows. You just got to keep that even keel. I know my good buddy Craig Berube and Rick Tockett, anybody I know that's played professional sports, you included, have all said, Schweiner, when you're doing great, don't get too excited when you're down low and you're not things that
don't get too low.
Yeah, don't get to keep that even keel.
Well, how many times have you heard that from me? So like I say, I'm talking you off the ledge. You sound the best I've heard. You sound the best I've heard you this year so far.
I'm getting therapy, man. John Brazier gave me therapy.
Well, I thought since last Sunday, I was looking at the beginning of the week through Wednesday. I was like, the way the week was going, I was looking at the paper, see if I saw your name from somebody put in the hospital or something, you know. And then we ended up the week. We ended up winning the week 4. We won 4 and lost 3, so we won the week. So and if you win every week, I mean, you're making progress. We'd like to be winning a little bit better.
We got one more game today game against the Mariners, and then we head to New York. What Marlins? Yeah. What I said,
Mariners. Yeah.
The Marlins, and we play the Mets, and that's going to be a pretty good series. I know it's early, but you know.
Yeah, I mean it's going to be. I mean it's early, and they're playing pretty decent ball too.
Yeah.
So, and the thing I like to say I want to hit on real quick is, you know, we did a very good job yesterday at with the type of game we played. And how many hits we got. How many hits we get? 18 hits yesterday.
Yeah.
I mean, but the big thing I look at that with runners in scoring position, we were 8 for 21. That's pretty friggin' good. Yeah. You know, we pushed runners across. You look at the games we lose. There was one time we were like 1 for 11, 0 for 9, you know, or stuff like that. That's the stuff that kind of, you know, that can weigh you down, because if you're not scoring with runners in scoring position, it don't matter what kind of pitching you're getting.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so you got to start. You don't mean you have to go nuts and go 4 for 8. That means it's just timing. That one big one, the man on second, third. That's 2 runs.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's a huge thing.
All right.
So I mean, I look at that type of stuff.
All right, Tommy Greene, you tell Wendy we said Happy Easter. Happy Easter to you and Wendy, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
All right, pal.
All right, let's go, Phils. There he is, Tommy Greene on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Keeps it real, man.
Yeah. Cool as a cucumber as always.
He's a pitcher. All right. First hour of the locker room is powered by Surety Title. Surety provides comprehensive title insurance protection and professional settlement services for home buyers and sellers, real estate agents, brokers, lenders, home builders, developers, and attorneys to facilitate your real estate purchases. From the shore to Center City and every place in between, Surety Title is there for you with over 20 office locations in New Jersey and PA. That's Surety Title. For more information, call my good friend Ron Conklin at 856-988-8900 or give Chris Mooney a call in the Ocean City office, 609-399-1227. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that's run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. But were you aware of the private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give him a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap up hour number one. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim and my Locker Room Youth Movement, producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN. Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson and Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza, the pizza you're gonna love. It's got the freshest taste that you'll find any place. Randazzo's Pizza, there's one right nearby. Right nearby, right nearby. Randazzo's Pizza, Randazzo's Pizza. It's a pizza like you've never had before. Eat it or take it home, no matter where you roam. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Why would you call anyone else besides Randazzo's Pizzeria and Family Restaurant, 34th and Asbury Avenue in Ocean City. Open year-round, 7 days a week, offering free delivery on the whole island and to the beach. Pizza, pasta, salads, entrees, subs, paninis, and wraps. Voted best of the shore. Call 814-1600. 814-1600.
Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find. Randazzo's Pizza, the tastiest you'll find.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Right now at the Home Depot, shop Spring Black Friday savings up to 35% off select appliances plus free delivery from top brands like Samsung. Get tech you can trust to simplify your daily routines. From all-in-one washer dryers to smart refrigerators with Family Hub. Upgrade your kitchen and laundry with trusted technology from Samsung, ranked #1 in customer satisfaction. Get Spring Black Friday appliance savings and free delivery now at the Home Depot. Visit jdpower.com/awards for more details. Free delivery on appliance purchases of $396 or more. Offer valid April 3rd through April 23rd. U.S. only. See store online for details.
Hey guys, it's Mike Gill for Game Day Men's Health in Egg Harbor Township, where they're defining a new era in men's health. 1 in 4 men over 30 in the U.S. have low testosterone levels. Whether you're chasing peak performance, reigniting intimacy, or simply want to feel your best, what are you waiting for? Get to Game Day Men's Health in Egg Harbor Township and get a customized game plan. Game Day Men's Health delivers premium testosterone replacement therapy, removes the stigma around erectile dysfunction, and supports weight loss with medical treatments and vitamin therapy. Fast appointments, expert guidance, and a free testosterone test and consultation with an on-site lab for results in just 15 minutes. Get stronger, get healthier, feel like your old self, and get back in the game. You'll wish you did it sooner. So why wait? Call Game Day Men's Health in Egg Harbor Township, 609-365-7088, or visit them on English Creek Avenue in EHT. And GameDayMen'sHealth.com. Tell them Mike Gill from the Sports Bash sent you for a special offer.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live for the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein, my locker room youth movement, producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds. And, of course, we talk about all kind of sports here, which reminds me of of ABC's Wide World of Sports. Let's go ahead and play that, Danny. All right, there you go. We're going to have Charles Shea on, a former Ocean City resident. He's running in the Boston Marathon tomorrow, Leedsy.
Yeah, I mean, you can't get much bigger than that if you're a runner.
Right?
I mean,
That's 26.2 miles. That's a lot. And, you know, he practiced. Obviously, he runs a lot, and we wish him well. But we're going to talk to him about his preparation and, you know, how hard it is to run a marathon.
I can't even imagine the amount of preparation that goes into
Right?
that. I mean,
And then
26 miles.
26.2.
Yeah.
And then in a couple of weeks, Danny Ryan, the locker room crew will be broadcasting live from the Down and Derby Festival at the Cooper River Park in Pennsauken, New Jersey for the Kentucky Derby. You guys are going to be having Jeffrey Nash from FastLaneHandicappers.com on, plus Hall of Fame jockey Tony Black.
It's going to be a good show. I'll be holding things down back here in the studio. Josh and Nick Earnshaw will be on site over at Cooper River Park.
See, Leedsy, we talk
multifaceted
about
show.
A variety of sports.
It's a melting pot of sports here in the locker room.
We're diverse.
Yes.
And then, of course, at the bottom of the second hour, we'll get our high school athletes in the spotlight with Fran Mclaughlin, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. It was right down the road here at Tilton Road, right there in Northfield.
Yeah. Great spot. Great pretzels.
Down. I love the Philly pretzels. I like the cheesesteak pretzels.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Those are good.
I'm going to Scala's tonight for dinner.
Oh, you've determined that? You came to the decision
you're
doing that?
My daughter and my ex-wife and my stepdaughter, they said, we're going to Scala's. I said, I'm all in. Let's go.
do it.
Let's do it.
Sounds
Let's
like
go.
a great Easter dinner.
I'm getting that meatball trio.
I know you are.
You get that every time you're there, don't you?
Yeah, well, I have to have meatballs. Yeah, because you know what? Well, I'm Italian growing
You're
up.
Italian.
My mom, I don't eat my mom's meatballs. I never eat meatballs out. Oh, Scala's I do.
Okay. They're that good.
That's how good they are.
There you go.
All right, hour one is in the books. Hour two, Boston Marathon runner Charles Shea will be checking in. And, of course, Fran Mclaughlin with our high school athletes in the spotlight. You're listening to The Locker with Billy Schwein, my locker room youth movement producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds, right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Sebastian Maniscalco.
Now, is this a family? Is this your mother? Where is she? Is she in the crowd? The mom's up there. What kind of family is this? I'm sorry.
It Ain't Right Tour 2025.
The poor mother is in the balcony, and the kids are down here with the father and his gumad. If this was the 80s, the kids would have been up there, and the parents would have been down here.
The biggest comedian in the history of Atlantic City. Live at Ovation Hall and Ocean Casino Resort, September 18th to 28th. Get tickets now at theoceanac.com.
Spring into deals with fresh savings at Lowe's. Right now, get 5 Stay Green or premium 2 cubic foot mulch bags for just $10. Plus, get up to 35% off select major appliances and save $50 on every $500 you spend on select LG appliances. Shop in-store or online today. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 4/30. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details or qualifying items. Excludes Alaska and Hawaii.
Hey, if you have ugly yellow toe fungus, you gotta hear about the secret 2-minute trick that I found for my husband. It works from both the inside and the outside. Thousands of people are using it to get rid of their toe fungus. You can check it out at crystalflesh.com. Jake started off with a small spot on his big toe and then it spread and got really bad. His toes were nasty. It was so embarrassing. He was afraid to take his socks off. He hid his yellow and crumbly toes from everyone. He tried everything to get rid of it. Nothing helped. And then we found crystalflesh.com. It was the only thing that worked. In just a few weeks, his toes looked amazing. He's now walking around barefoot again. You guys need to try this. I'm telling you, this stuff is different. It's not sold in stores, but go check it out at crystalflesh.com. They'll even let you try it risk-free so you have nothing to lose. But whatever you do, don't let it get worse. You don't have to live with this anymore. Go check it out now. Just click over to crystalflesh.com.
Comcast Business helps turn today's small businesses into engines of modern business. It's how restaurants become reliably up and running neighborhood favorites. How retailers become seamlessly restocking, cyber-securing, must-visit shops. And how healthcare offices become the data managing caregivers that we all depend on. With reliable connectivity, enhanced cybersecurity, advanced fiber solutions, and Wi-Fi backup, Comcast Business is powering the engine of modern business. Powering possibilities.
Now through May 4th, new customers can get started with 150 megabit internet for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Plus, ask how to get up to a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Call today. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Requires enrollment in paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account. Early termination fee applies. Equipment, taxes, and other fees extra and subject to change.
By texting 64,000, you agree to receive recurring automated marketing messages from IQ Bar. Message and data rates may apply. No purchase required. Terms apply. Available at eatiqbar.com/policy/terms of service.
Most protein bars are packed with sugar, carbs, and unpronounceable ingredients. There's a much better option. I'm Will, and I crafted IQ Bar plant protein bars with clean, functional, delicious ingredients to empower doers like you with superior brain and body fuel.
Now you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping when you text EAT to 64,000. That's EAT to 64,000.
Home of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill, 97.3 ESPN, WENJ, WENJ HD, Millville, Atlantic City.
To the locker room.
Vince Papali, welcome to the locker room.
I can smell it already, Billy. What's happening, buddy?
Von Hayes, welcome to the locker room with Billy Schwein.
Yeah, hey, Billy, how you doing out there?
Rich Gannon, welcome to the locker room, Rich.
Thanks, guys. It's great to be with you.
Great Bob McElwee, NFL referee.
Hey, Bill, how you doing?
Craig Berube. Craig, welcome to the locker room.
All right, thanks, Billy.
We have the real Pat Croce in the locker room.
Let me off the bench, Coach.
And now here's your host, Billy Schwein.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schwein and my locker room youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds are with me here on Easter Sunday, April 20th in the locker room. And the Philadelphia Phillies have a game, final game. They could possibly sweep the Marlins, and they head to New York, Andrew Leeds, for a very important 3-game series up there in New York.
Yeah, it's going to be big time, man. It's going to have a big time.
Where the hell is Mr. Met? You think he'd be calling, blowing up to my phone, gloating about how great the Mets are doing?
Yeah, well, Juan Soto's not doing too good, so he's probably
yeah, but did you see the Mets fans gave him a standing ovation?
I did see that.
What, are they trying to copy Philly there, Leedsy?
Yeah, they once clowned Philadelphia for doing that, by the way. Nobody forgets that, so keep that same energy.
All right, our next guest that we're going to bring up, when I heard about this, I just couldn't believe it. I've known Charles Shea for a long time. He a former Ocean City resident, went to Ocean City High School. He skateboards. He's a surfer. We used to have great parties at my house. He was always there. He's a good friend of Jeff Keach's. He calls me last week and he says, "Hey Billy, I just wanted to let you know that I qualified for the Boston Marathon." I'm like, "What?" I couldn't even walk 26.2 miles. So I said, we got to get him on. So now let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room a good friend of mine, Charles Shea. Good morning, Charlie.
Hey, good morning, Billy.
Dude, I just can't. I told my brother Bobby, I said, guess who I'm going to have on the show? And I told him, I said, Charles, he runs marathons now. Like I never saw that coming out of you.
Yeah, as Badler said, I stopped getting bounced out of bars and I started running marathons.
How did you start, Charlie? Because I know you wrestled in high school, and I know you're a good surfer, you skateboard, but how did you get into running?
I've been living outside of D.C. for a long time, and mountain biking and cycling is really popular around there. And then my neighbor ran the Marine Corps Marathon, and I was like, man, I think maybe. So he got me an entrance, like kind of challenging me. And I did it once, and next thing I know, I'm up to my 9th Marine Corps Marathon.
Wow.
And, I get into shape, and I fall out of shape all year. And really, I want to always be in shape for surfing. I love, get all the way to the beach, and all of a sudden you're not able to paddle out and last more than a half hour out in the lineup.
You're not getting any younger. You're not getting any younger, Charles. Charles, talk to us about your preparation. How do you prepare for a 26.2-mile run?
My base is 30 miles of running a week, like 6 miles, 5 days a week, and then you try to stack on another 10 or something on a Saturday or Sunday, and that gets you up to 40, and that's a good base. And then you try to maintain, that and go up a little bit or do some cross training in between.
When you're running a marathon, especially you're running in the Boston Marathon, which is a very prestigious marathon. Of course, we remember what happened a few years ago when they had that incident where they had an explosion up there that people will never forget. But it's such a prestigious marathon. Like, how do you? I mean, this is like you want to obviously do the best you can, but how do you prepare for that?
Well, I'm standing right here at Boylston Street in the Back Bay. I've never been to Boston before. This is all new. My niece got into Boston College 2 years ago, and I kind of threw it out there like, maybe I'll get into the Boston Marathon.
Wow.
And it took me a couple seasons to try. I was, injured for a little bit there. And, I made it happen last year. I didn't see this coming.
Wow.
But once you start, running is so much fun. I really encourage everybody to get out there and, knock out a few miles. The boardwalk is a great place, and it's a good meditative exercise. All you need is your shoes,
Right, it doesn't cost much. Hey, Charles, what part of the races would you say would be your most difficult? Obviously, when you start off, you get all this kind of adrenaline, but you got to pace yourself because it's a marathon. And so what part of the race would you say was the toughest part?
Well, you kind of chunk it up into, at least I do, and I've heard other good runners do this as well. And you put the Boston into 4 categories. The first, it's downhill, if you believe that, and that's not easy, Billy.
Right.
So you can serve for the first 6 miles, then you lock in and you cruise at your pace time, which I'm trying to get down to 3 hours. I don't know if I can make it happen this year, but I'll get close. So that's like 7-minute miles is what I think is my lock-in time. 7 minutes per mile for a while. Then you hit the midway point is where that Heartbreak Hill is. So you got to control your effort getting up this hill. I don't know what it looks like, but it's called Heartbreak Hill, so it doesn't sound good. And then the last, once you get over that, it's kind of a flat and downhill to the finish line. That's where you really compete, and you just don't slow down.
Wow. We're talking with Charles Shea. He's a former Ocean City resident, and he's running the Boston Marathon, which is tomorrow. What time does it start?
The marathon starts at 9 a.m. That's for the pros. I'm in the second wave, white wave. It's 10:30 is my time that I head out, and I'm looking to get my fastest time is 3 hours 15 minutes.
Wow.
I did that to qualify, and that's 7 minutes 25-second miles.
That's
26 miles. That's the average. So I need to get down to 7 though, Billy.
I got faith in you, Charlie. Listen, what do you eat? Like, what is your diet before leading up to the race?
Yeah, I do a lot of protein shakes, and I throw in, some spinach in there, give the old Popeye. And I do 1 or 2 shakes a day, and they kind of fill in some of the nutritional gaps. But it'll be a banana and peanut butter sandwich or 2 and a shake before the race, and then a bunch of the goos and stuff during the race, and some other, like the energy bars and whatever else they give out. So I can't carry too much with me. So
right. Hey, Charlie.
I've been eating healthy,
Charlie, what do you drink? Like, people hand you water, and like, what do you cramp up at a certain point in the race, or do you it happens unexpectedly?
Hopefully not. It's not that hot here. I did have some trouble a couple of years ago at the Marine Corps. I kind of blew past a couple of water stations trying to save time, but I won't make that mistake again. They give you Gatorade or water, and then usually some goos. I'm going to have my family. I brought my wife, Lillian, my daughter, Sophia, Charlotte, and John. They're all with me in the car listening right now. Give them a shout-out.
Great.
And they'll be on the sidelines. Hopefully meet up with them and grab an energy drink from them. But if not, just hold on. This is race day, This is what I've been training for 3 months, and you just got to make it happen. No excuses.
Well, listen, Charlie, man, we're pulling for you. Good luck. We want to hear that you come in first place. What?
Losing him a little bit there.
Yeah, we're losing. Charlie, you still there?
Yeah, I am.
All right, there you go. Charlie, well, listen, we got to run. Congratulations. Good luck in the Boston Marathon tomorrow. We're pulling for you and hope you do well.
Thanks, Bill. I want to give a shout out to Pacini's in Ocean City. I love those subs and pizzas when I'm training. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your boy Jeff Keach.
Yeah.
All right, thanks, Charlie.
Billy.
All right, man, there he is. Charlie Shea on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. Can you imagine, guys?
Dude, I can't even begin to imagine.
My biggest concern would be how he's going to the bathroom, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these.
You're drinking a lot of water.
When you see a lot of these people, too, that do these marathons, I don't want to paint an ugly picture out there, but they quite literally crap themselves during the marathon because
I don't want to ask about that.
they can't do anything. So that would be my biggest concern if I was running in that.
You obviously have to deal with if it's too hot or you're not hydrated enough. You get dehydrated, you get cramps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it, like about 3 hours. He's going to be just running.
Spanning the globe to bring you the constant variety of sports, the thrill of victory, and the agony of defeat, the human drama of athletic competition. This is ABC's Wide World of Sports. I love it.
Billy called me today and told me we were going to play that, and he reenacted that just the exact way he did on the mic right then and there. I said, how does this guy know this word for word verbatim? But,
he did the same exact thing to me when he walked into the studio. I figured he was referencing something, but I was just like, all right, Billy, you
hey, man. I got to keep it real. I think that is cool. I think it's so cool.
It is.
That, hey, listen, if anybody's out there and you're doing something extra special, please do get in touch with me because we'd like to hear about your your sport endeavor. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's not just Phillies, Flyers, Sixers, and Eagles. Of course, we talk about the hot topics of what's going on in the country,
national sports news,
national sports. But we're Philly fans, so we concentrate. But we like to hear about other stuff.
Yeah, that's why we do high school athletes in the spotlight. It's why, we
Fran
have guys
McLaughlin.
like Charles on.
Had Ben Gravy on the show a few years ago to highlight surfing. I mean, there's a lot, we cover here in the locker room. But
there's another guy that I see on social media that I'm going to reach out to. His name is Boone. He's a bartender over at Yesterday's.
Okay.
He surfed 30 days in a row at a different break. He's giving away T-shirts. I'm going to try to get in touch with him. But that seems to be something that would be cool to hear about.
Yeah,
for sure.
Plus, we're down here at the Jersey Shore, man, where the waves are.
Oh, weather's getting nice. Summer's right around the corner.
My brother Bobby still surfs.
Really?
And his boys, Colin and Cody, are really good.
When's the last time you surfed?
Oh, I can't surf anymore.
Yeah, actually, I just remember. Well, I know you can't surf anymore. When's the last time you surfed?
Probably about 20 years ago.
Okay. And were you good?
No, I mean, I got a couple great pictures. Matter of fact, a friend of mine, one of the girls that played on my basketball team, her father, Mark, showed me videos of him surfing. I'm like, he was tearing it up.
Yeah.
Well, we didn't have cell phones when I was younger. Surfing.
You got no proof.
I have no proof. I got two big poster-sized pictures that are encased in glass of me getting barreled.
Black and white.
Down in Rincon, Puerto Rico. Yeah, black and white.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Genuine question, to be honest with you. Were they black and white?
You guys are lucky. I had to watch black and white TV growing up.
Yeah.
I watched the Flyers when my brother Bobby and I shared our twin beds in a room, right? Because we had a little house.
Yeah.
We had a black and white TV in our bedroom. We used to watch the Flyers games.
Not gonna lie to you, and I tell my dad this all the time. I wish I grew up during his childhood and his era. To be honest with you, I mean, again, I mentioned it earlier in the show, but it really might be those damn phones. You know, we feel like the parents are just.
You heard Larry Bowe. He couldn't coach you guys.
Yeah.
You youth movement. You guys are like
sensitive.
sissies.
Yeah.
Too sensitive.
The Alec Booms of the world. Ruined it for everybody else.
All right. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark. With a friendly staff, it's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game? Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. That's the Circle Liquor Store. They deliver. All right, McCann Appraisers, for all your real estate appraisal needs. Call John A. McCann & Associates, 609-263-7422. Ask for Norma, whether for commercial or residential properties, for estate, tax, financial planning, divorce financing, and more. The professionals at John A. McCann & Associates are licensed and ready to assist you. Give them a call anytime, 609-263-7422. When we return, we continue with more here in the Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman.
Y'all are saying biscuits aren't as good as bagels for breakfast sandwich? The biscuit is better.
Cece, no,
The biscuit is better.
What are we doing?
I don't know. Y'all are having the wrong. I don't know who making y'all biscuits. Y'all are all off. Like, if you got a biscuit as the vehicle for the breakfast sandwich, I'll take that 10 times out of 10 over a bagel.
What?
Wake up weekday mornings with Unsportsmanlike with Evan Cohen, Chris Canty, and Michelle Smallman on 97.3 ESPN.
Ocean City's real estate market is red hot, and you need an agent that has the knowledge and expertise to help. Contact Ocean City's top agent, Mark Grimes. Mark has been selling real estate for 30 years in South Jersey. He can answer all your real estate questions and find you the perfect property. He's available anytime on his cell at 609-425-2042. When Philadelphia star athletes are looking for a house at the beach, they contact Mark Grimes, specializing in buying and selling vacation homes, single-family homes, condominiums, and duplexes, residential and commercial, as well as new construction projects or investment opportunities. Mark Grimes, he's your agent at the beach. Give him a call right now, 609-425-2042, or check out his website at grimes.com.
Tax season at Tom's River Volkswagen means we're paying the sales tax. Yeah, we've got over 1,000 vehicles on sale, and we're paying the sales tax. Tell that nasty old tax man to go straight to Tom's River Volkswagen or Tom'sRiverVW.com, because we're paying the sales tax.
Hi, this is former Kansas City Chiefs wide receiver David Klemick. Are you looking for the ultimate spot to go catch the big game? Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township is your home for great food, cold drinks, and non-stop sports action. Whether it's an NFL, MLB, NBA, or NHL game, they've got all the action on their big screen TVs, plus one in every booth. Sink your teeth into their famous wings, juicy burgers, thin crust pizza, and signature stromboli. Thirsty? They've got ice cold beers on tap and handcrafted cocktails that keep you refreshed. So bring your crew, grab a seat, and feel the energy at Bulldog Sports Bar and Grill in Galloway Township. It's where sports fans go to win. Tell them Dave Klemick sent you.
Must qualify for enrollment. Results may vary.
Attention! Have you racked up $10,000 or more in credit card debt? Are you barely getting by making minimum payments? With credit card debt reaching all-time highs, National Debt Relief is notifying consumers about significant debt relief options currently being made available to help those with overwhelming credit card debt. These options may reduce a large portion of credit card debt for those who qualify. You don't need to declare bankruptcy or take out a consolidation loan, and you may only have to pay back a fraction of what you owe, even if you have bad credit. National Debt Relief has already reduced the credit card debt for more than 550,000 consumers, so don't wait. If you owe $10,000, $20,000, or even $100,000 in credit card debt, you can now take advantage of this financial debt relief as the cost of living continues to skyrocket. To check what debt reduction you may qualify for, call 800-580-7766. 800-580-7766. That's 800-580-7766.
The
Piccalilli Inn in Shamong invites you for fun times in the Pines on the Pic Patio. Stop by for the game and order up their world-famous wings, an ice cold beer, or fun selection of fresh-made cocktails on a sunny afternoon or by the fire under a starry night. Skip the lane chains. Get off the beaten path and take the trip to the family-owned Piccalilli Inn this weekend. Route 206, Shamong.
If you can't stop in, stop back. The Piccalilli Inn.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northville. Billy Schweim, Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds. Of course, you can check us out on the X platform. We're broadcasting live, and also the YouTube channel. I got my Phillies. You got the Phillies hat on. I got my Phillies shirt. What are you wearing, Leedsy?
I'm wearing a WrestleMania 40.
WWF.
Because WrestleMania was in Philly last year. I actually worked night 1 and then attended night 2. Tonight's WrestleMania night 2.
See, when I was a kid, it was Bruno Sammartino and Andre the Giant.
Hulk Hogan. Randy Savage.
Yeah,
Ric
I didn't watch all. I mean, oh, yeah. Who's that guy?
That's Randy Savage.
Oh, yeah.
Snap it to a Slim Jim.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
I never got into that, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's not for everyone. I mean, really, it's just, it's obviously, it's scripted entertainment, but that's why I enjoy it, man.
All right, so I'm pulling for the Toronto Maple Leafs, obviously, because of my good friend Rick.
No bias at all.
Frank Berube. But I want could you imagine the Leafs haven't won a Stanley Cup since 1967?
Being nice for a real hockey Canadian city like that to get some success for once.
The Canadians need a little love, man, because they've been getting the
hearts broken last year in Game 7, and
Craig Berube's a good guy, and I want him to win. I like the Leafs unis. I like the Montreal Canadiens uniform.
It's a cool team name too. The Toronto Maple Leafs.
It's Maple Leafs.
Screams hockey, screams Canada.
So I want to see that, and then of course the NBA. I saw that Indiana beat Milwaukee. Does that surprise you, Leezy?
I mean, that series is such like a mess because there's no Damian Lillard. They're pesky.
Always there. They're always there.
They're pesky. They're always a team that they could I mean, they made the Eastern Conference Finals last year. It doesn't feel like it. Obviously, the Clippers Nuggets went to overtime. Nuggets ended up coming back to win that one.
Mm-hmm.
The Knicks we kind of touched on earlier. I mean, Tobias Harris played good for the Pistons.
Who do you want to see? Since we don't have a dog in the fight, who do you want to win the NBA championship?
That's a tough. I'd have to think about it. I know not the Celtics. The Celtics are probably
not the Lakers.
I wouldn't mind the Lakers.
I hate the Lakers.
I don't even think twice about it. I would go Lakers all day, every day.
I think Lakers might be my pick too. Because I like Luka. Yeah. Luka's awesome.
I
like LeBron. I know you're anti-LeBron.
I can't stand LeBron.
I know, but
how about I'm not. I like Indiana Pacers. I would like the Pacers to do.
They're just not interesting. Like they're just kind of boring to me.
I just don't think they have enough firepower.
If it had to be a team out east, I would go with the Cavs.
The Knicks.
Why would I want the Knicks to win?
After last year,
only be what happened because of the Villanova guys.
Yeah, screw them.
Yeah,
they're dead
after last year.
They're dead to me. They're dead. They're Knicks. They're dead to me.
Mikal Bridges?
I actually have a picture with Mikal Bridges after they won their first championship. I got up in like the box section up at Citizens Bank Park. My buddy got me up there, took pictures with the Villanova guys before I even know who they were.
Really?
Dante DiVincenzo's in the picture as well.
I don't know. I mean, now that the Sixers aren't in it, I don't. My hatred for the Knicks comes down.
You got the Timberwolves too, and
I hate this. Put it this way: I hate the Celtics more than I hate the Knicks.
100%. But the Knicks are definitely number 2 for me.
For me, out east, if it had to be anyone, I would go with the Cavs.
Yeah,
I think are the team that I like the most, and then out west. I mean, out west, I don't really mind.
You like LeBron James?
I do like LeBron. I think he's
What's
a great player.
What's wrong with you, Leeds?
Hey,
what's wrong with you? Listen,
indisputably a top 2 player of all time.
Your GOAT is Michael Jordan. We obviously were well aware of that, but we respect your GOAT, and we realize that he was a great player. You don't respect our GOAT. That's not fair. You're not playing both sides here, buddy.
But out west, I mean, the Thunder. I do like I like that team. Shea Gilgeous is great, fun to watch. I wouldn't mind them winning. Really, out west, it could be anyone. Out east. Nobody interests me besides maybe the Cavs.
Do you have any NHL preferences?
Not at all, to be honest with you.
You do watch NHL hockey?
I watch the games, but again, as I've said multiple times on this show, I'm still kind of learning. With the Flyers getting better, I mean, let's hope they're going to be getting better.
I texted Chief the other day, and I said, Chief, I'll come up and I'll help you coach. I'll put me behind the bench. I'll help you with it.
Yeah, my knowledge is
Canada.
I can't tell you what he said in return.
You guys, I would love to be a fly on the wall during your conversations, your text messages.
Actually, I got to get a new passport.
I just got mine the other day.
My passport's out. By the way, because you have to have by May 7th.
Real ID.
You have to have a real ID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does your passport ID card count?
Yes.
Okay,
It's
so
either
I've got
passport
one.
Well,
I got the ID
I
card.
have a real ID. It's your light driver's license.
Yeah,
right?
mine's not a real ID.
Yeah, mine says not a real ID.
Is that right?
So I gotta
Not
get
a
that
real
updated.
ID?
My
Better get
wallet's
that
in the
updated.
car. I'd show you.
Yeah.
When's the last time you were on a plane, Leeds?
Last time I was on a plane would have been 2019.
How about you, Danny?
Last time I was on a plane.
I went to Arizona for see some family.
I can't remember. It had to have been a trip to Florida.
You have been on a plane before.
Oh, yeah, I've been on a plane. Probably a couple years ago during a trip to Florida. I mean, it's been a while, though.
All right.
Actually, no. New Orleans.
Okay.
2 summers ago.
Okay.
That's the last time I was on a plane.
There you
All
go.
right. I want to talk about the Eagles. The draft's coming up. By the way, Dave Clement will be with us next Saturday for the draft. Let's talk about tight end. I guess that's where there's some concern because I want to see Dallas Goedert come back. Now, I know they might not be able to afford him. He's as good as gone.
I think so.
The Eagles have Grant Calcaterra, Harrison Bryant, Kellen Granson, E.J. Jenkins, Nick Muse. They got a lot of guys. Are they going to? They got all these guys that are going to. I don't think they're going to draft a tight end.
None of those guys. I mean, Grant Calcaterra is by far the best of the bunch. Those
Well, why would you bring all these guys in if you're going to draft?
I mean,
some?
you need some bodies for training.
Yeah,
camp.
I mean, half of them. Exactly. Half of them are probably going to get cut anyways, or go to the practice squad and be assigned there. I do think they probably roster Bryant, Calcaterra, and then draft one. Calcaterra probably gets majority of the tight end 1 reps until the draft pick can solidify himself. But they don't want to pay Dallas Goedert. He's going to be on the other side of 30 in a few years.
He only makes $14 million. He makes $11 million a year.
When's the last time he's had a full season, too? I mean, it's just.
But he could play one more year under this contract.
I mean, he could, but I think they want to get some sort of value for him if they still can.
I see both sides. I'm not going to complain if Dallas Goedert is still on the team.
Right.
If he gets traded, I'm going to obviously be sad, but I understand the move.
But Leedsy, this team has a lot of younger guys now. They've got all their Pro Bowl defenders on back returning. I mean, all the guys that they lost, they didn't lose any of their Pro Bowl guys.
No.
Right?
Biggest loss was Josh Sweat, maybe Milton Williams.
So you got one more. You could keep Dallas Goedert, like he said. If you want to get anything for him, this is the year to do it. But I think this team constructed the way it is without the draft choices right now still could be very competitive and could possibly win another Super Bowl.
Oh, 100%. But I do also feel like that they still would be a legitimate contender even without Dallas Goedert. And I love Dallas Goedert. I think he's a great player, but I don't think he's the reason why this offense is as, he's like what, the 4th or 5th option on this offense when you look at it.
But still, you're only paying him $11 million. It's not like you're paying. I don't get what He's to make. Actually, he's going to make $14 million in 2000. It's $11 million against the cap, and $14 million in cash. Which it says is a hefty price for tight ends, but I think not under this contract. Like the next contract might be.
I don't know if you. I'm sorry, Andrew.
No, go ahead.
I was going to say I don't know if you guys saw this report on Thursday. Jordan Schultz reported. Saying sources say that Eagles tight end Dallas Goedert remains a name to watch on the trade market as the draft approaches. Interested teams believe Philadelphia would be open to future picks if they don't receive 2025 draft capital, this year's draft, obviously.
Well, they've got the Eagles have a lot of draft capital this year.
Yeah, I think they're honestly.
So you think they'll move up?
So I don't know if you saw the other report too. There's I don't even know if there's any credibility to it, but there's rumblings that if Abdul Carter drops to 4 to the Patriots, that they would dangle A.J. Brown to the Patriots.
Why would you?
I don't buy that for a second.
I don't buy that for a second.
I don't either, and I would not support it, but that's been the topic of conversation.
By the way, did you see there was a thing on X platform from A.J. Brown of him opening up the
Edelman.
He's trolling.
It looked like it was a Patriots number 11 jersey, but it was a signed Edelman. And that's called trolling.
He knew exactly what he was doing.
Trolling means.
Trolling means pretty much doing something. I mean, that's what people call Joel Embiid back.
Yeah, but I never really understand what this trolling.
It's
purposely
just getting under people's skin, doing things that are going to get headlines, like. Doing things that are
so just trying to get attention, just to freak people out. Obviously, by him pulling out that Edelman jersey, initially it just looked like a Patriots jersey number 11.
Yeah,
which suggests he's trying to send the message because he knows it's on everybody's mind that the rumors going around.
Right, he hears the noise, and
But then he turns the jersey around and says it's an Edelman sign.
That was really good. I mean, another way to say that, I'll give you another vocabulary that Gen Zers use. That would be called also rage bait in today's day and age. You're baiting somebody to rage or get upset about something.
Larry Bowe called your generation sensitive.
Yeah.
You guys are too sensitive.
Is what it is.
You guys need a safe space?
Sensory room.
There's a lot of trolling going on these days. You never know.
Troll Embiid.
I troll Embiid.
Now, that was good, though, by AJ. I mean, he capitalized on the opportunity. Obviously, he hears. And that just goes to show how much these athletes actually do hear about all these rumblings and these rumors. They don't tune it out.
They got to listen. Like, when I was talking to Bo about, like, 71 players in Major League Baseball are under the Mendoza line. They got to hear people talking about it. Like Bohm, they know what's going on.
Yeah, they do.
And remember, you know, a couple years ago, when he said he hates his bleeping place, he knew he was wrong right away because he heard the fan, heard the fans' reaction.
I think the Phillies PR representative got to him and said, "Listen, you got to nip this in the butt." Yeah.
And by the way, if the Eagles, I don't know for sure if this is true, but I know it's around this. If the Eagles traded AJ Brown, it'd be a dead cap hit of $31 million.
It just doesn't make sense.
It ain't happening.
And he's
doesn't make sense.
a top 5 receiver in the league.
Yeah,
why would they?
Why
do
would
that?
you do that? All right.
I love Abdul Carter.
Right, yeah, I would love if they could get him without giving up AJ Brown. I'd give up, honestly, probably 3 draft picks for him just in this year's draft alone. But you got 20 over the next 2 years.
But their number 1 pick is 32. It's the last one, and then
You'd have to give that up.
They got 3 in the second round.
You got to think any future picks won't be that valuable because of how stacked this roster is. But yeah, I mean, I would 100%.
But for a team like the Patriots, they might want to accumulate all that draft.
I don't think I'd give up 2 firsts for 4, even if it means Abdul Carter. I think I'd give up a couple 2s along with a 1 and maybe like a 3 or a 4, but I don't think I'd give up back-to-back firsts.
Would the Patriots go for this year's 1 and 2 2s? For
Maybe.
him, I don't think they'd give up that.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they honestly might just stand pat.
Abdul Carter's going to be. He's almost like.
I would be very surprised if he
Carter.
fell to 4. To be honest with you, he's that good.
Yeah. All right. On the other side, we're going to get our high school athletes in the spotlight with Fran Mclaughlin, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Hey, for over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schweim. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game. Let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. Go down there and say hello to Will and Jason and Chet, the whole crew down there. JM, they do a great job. Just about everybody in our area. Oh, excuse me. Let me tell you about La Scala's Beach House. That's where I'm going tonight for my Easter dinner.
There you go.
La Scala's. I'm telling you, the food is phenomenal down there. It opened 2 summers ago to rave reviews. It's your home away from home for a large selection of Italian, American, and seafood favorites, just like your grandmom used to make. Plus, you'll love their famous pizza, their daily specials, and their game day menu. Eat in or take out at La Scala's. They're open Thursday through Monday, 1400 Ocean Avenue in Brigantine. That's ScalasBeachHouse.com. Let's eat. When we return, we'll go get our high school athletes in the spotlight with Fran Mclaughlin. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Train presents The Unstoppables. Those captains of comfort, those gargantuans of the guarantee, those satisfaction savants who persevere perilously beyond probability as the raconteurs of reliability. Here's to Train's heralded heroes of heating and air conditioning, those comfort kings with a tireless tenacity for total turnaround. The Train Comfort Specialists. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
Hi, this is Joe Lenigan, owner of Lenigan Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Call us today for your free Train system quote at 609-399-1200 or online at ocnjplumber.com. And please don't forget to ask for the military and senior discount.
Calling again, again and again. Calling again, again and again.
Hi there, this is the Negadelphian from the Locker Room, and I might be negative about our Philly sports teams, but one thing I'm positive about is Elisa's shoes. Are you looking for the perfect pair of shoes? Then step into Elisa's shoe store on Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey, where style meets comfort. From trendy sandals or everyday sneakers or an elegant heels for a night out, they've got it all. Their friendly team is there to help you find the perfect fit, no matter what the occasion. That's Elisa's Shoes at Asbury Avenue, Ocean City, New Jersey. Go to elisashoes.com or call 609-391-8859. Tell them the boys from the Locker Room sent you.
Every year, hundreds of children suffer from unintentional injuries or death due to unsecured guns. Camden County and Moms Demand Action South Jersey are asking for your help to reduce gun violence by spreading the Be Smart message.
Store guns unloaded, locked, and separate from ammunition. And talk to other parents about secure gun storage.
It's up to us to prevent these tragedies and save lives. Visit CamdenCounty.com/BeSmart to learn how we can stop gun accidents and deaths together.
Point! Hey, you okay? You don't normally miss those shots.
I just haven't been as regular lately, and it's making me feel sluggish.
You should try Metamucil. It's been a game changer for me. Metamucil's plant-based psyllium fiber helps trap and remove the waste that weighs you down. Ace, you're moving better than you were last week.
Definitely.
Metamucil keeps you moving. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Learn more at Metamucil.com.
Now at Verizon, we have some big news for your peace of mind. For all our customers, existing and new, we're locking in low prices for 3 years guaranteed on My Plan and My Home. That's future you peace of mind. And everyone can save on a brand new phone on My Plan when you trade in any phone from one of our top brands. That's new phone peace of mind. Because at Verizon, whether you're already a customer or you're just joining us, we got you. Visit Verizon today. Price guarantee applies to then current base monthly rate. Additional terms and conditions apply for all offers.
This Friday, April 25th, get to Boardwalk Honda between 2 and 6 for your chance to see history. The Birds Championship Trophy will be on display during a live broadcast of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill on 97.3 ESPN. Snap a pic with a trophy that sealed the Birds' big game victory. And while you're there, lock in your spring savings. Boardwalk Honda has over 200 Hondas in stock. Cars, SUVs, trucks, ready for immediate delivery. Only at Boardwalk Honda on Tilton Road in Egg Harbor Township or online at boardwalkhonda.com.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live from the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds, as we're moving right along on Easter Sunday. Happy Easter, fellas, and to everybody out there. Have an enjoyable Easter. I love my Volkswagen Teos there, Leedsy. I got all the safety features, all the bells and whistles, and it's a smooth ride. I suggest if you're in the market to buy a car, go up to Toms River Volkswagen and see Huey or John. They'll take care of you. What are you driving right now?
I'm currently driving
you just got a car.
a few years ago, 2017 Chevy Malibu.
And you're what, a Jeep there?
2016 Jeep Grand Cherokee.
You need to
Grand
upgrade.
Cherokee.
You need to upgrade to a Volkswagen.
I might honestly in a couple years. I'm getting up there and I got like 145,000 miles or something like that. So,
you need to make the upgrade.
I wouldn't mind. These things are tanks though, so we'll see how long it lasts me. Once I get a few more dollar bills in my pocket, I'll invest in a Volkswagen.
All right, let's continue our variety of sports. And every Sunday, we get our high school athletes in the spotlight, brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Each week, Fran Mclaughlin, owner of the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township, will highlight a male and female high school athlete for their outstanding achievement in high school sports. Brought to you by the Philly Pretzel Factory of Egg Harbor Township. Let's go to the Toms River Volkswagen Sports Hotline and welcome into the locker room our good buddy, Fran Mclaughlin. Good morning, Fran.
Good morning, guys. Happy Easter.
Happy Easter to you, Fran. You know what I dig you, man? You do this segment because you get out there and you go to high school sports.
Yeah, I look forward to this coming weekend or this coming end of this week. With the weather getting nice and my schedule calming down a little bit, we got some good baseball action coming to town down in Margate. The Down Beach coaches versus Cancer.
Oh, that's this week?
Yeah, it's I think 12th year now. They're up to 34 teams will play. They'll start at 1 o'clock on Thursday, and they'll play all day Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think 7 of the top 20 ranked teams, according to NJ.com, will be down there. Number 1, Gloucester Catholic, and number 7, St. Augustine. I'll be there, as well as Cedar Creek, Mainland, Ocean City, Absegami, Holy Spirit, a bunch of locals. So the weather's great. Time to go out and watch some really good local baseball.
I'll tell you what, Fran. I used to coach the Glassboro. I was the head coach of the JV team for Glassboro High School for about 5 or 6 years, and there's really good high school baseball. I mean, there's some good players coming from our area.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, you had two the non-public, I think, defending champs will be down there. So yeah, the South Jersey area has really got some fine baseball teams. So I'm actually looking forward to getting out there and seeing a bunch of games and maybe selling some pretzels while we're at it.
All right, so you got you went to a bunch of games this week. What do you got for us?
Actually, this week I didn't get to a bunch of games, but I did want to talk about. This past week was a little rough. I will be going out again this coming week, but I did want to touch on track and field. We haven't talked about it yet this spring. You know, early in the season, coaches are kind of running their athletes into the ground a little bit, training into their heavy training cycles. But right about this time, you start to see take the reins off the kids. We saw kids go gangbusters out the Woodbury relays. Winslow girls made a mockery of a bunch of long-standing meet records. And the reason we're seeing this is also coming up this week, starting Thursday for the high school kids, is the Penn Relays up at Franklin Field.
Oh, yeah.
That's always a great event, Billy. That's over 100 years running. Every local high school gets a 4x1 and 4x400 meter relay entrant. And then for the individual events and a couple of the relays, you have to qualify hitting certain standards. They only take a certain amount of people. The distance medley relay is one of those events. And Ocean City's girls distance medley relay is one of those elite teams that has qualified for that. So I think Thursday, some point Thursday, I think it's later in the afternoon, at least it used to be according to the time schedule. Their distance medley relay will go against some of the best in the area in the country. And that relay features two of our former athletes in the spotlight from the cross-country season. So
Chloe Kerr,
and Maeve Smith.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so we'll be looking forward to see how they make out. They only have a fine distance program down there. So yeah, track and field starting to heat up now, and we're starting to get through the spring season. I feel like the spring season goes quick. So
it does. All right, now, Fran, now it's time for your high school athletes in the spotlight.
All right, well, sticking with the track and field theme, we're going to go on the girls' athlete spotlight this week with Brianna Growit. She's a sophomore from ACIT track and field. Brianna won the long jump yesterday at the Woodbury Relays with a personal best jump of 17 feet, 11 and a half inches. Now, I was telling you about the qualifying standards to get in, and they're pretty tough to get in at an individual event for the Penn Relays. The qualifying standard for the long jump is 18 feet, so she was only a half inch shy of that. She would have had it 2 weeks ago, but it basically puts her in the top five because only two New Jersey athletes had hit that standard by the entry deadline a couple weeks ago. So she's sitting anywhere between third and fifth in the long jump. And that's probably not even her best event. I mean, last year as a freshman, she won the 200 meters and the 100 high hurdles for the girls, at the Cape Atlantic Championships and the Atlantic County Championships. And the hurdles probably being her best event. She finished second in the 55 hurdles at the Indoor Meet of Champs, earning her second team All-State. So Brianna is one of a few of very talented young up-and-coming stars we have coming out of the New Jersey area. Then on the boys' side, we have a senior from mainland lacrosse, Harrison LaMonica. Harrison's been a 4-year starter. He's had an outstanding career for the Mustangs, but recently had a nice 8-day stretch where he scored the game-winning goal in overtime in an 8-7 win against St. Joseph's of Hamilton, and then bookend that with a 5-goal performance in a 15-6 win over Lenape. Those 5 tallies gave him 153 for his career, become the all-time leading goal scorer in mainland history. He's a 4-year starter, named a multiple Cape Atlantic All-Star teams, and he scored 35 goals in each of his 4 seasons. It's funny, I was looking up some stuff on Harrison. I looked at some background information, and I saw a quick interview with him, and he mentioned his one of his favorite fast foods at Chipotle. But hopefully we're going to make it Philly Pretzel Factory now, because Harrison and Brittany will both get both get a Philly Pretzel Factory gift card and free pretzel coupons for all their teammates and coaches for their fine efforts this season.
All right, Franny, as always, we appreciate you. Listen, happy Easter to you and your family, and we'll talk to you next Sunday with our high school athletes in the spotlight.
Sounds good. Enjoy your Easters as well, guys.
All right, there he is, everybody. Fran Mclaughlin, of course. Fran will be sending us we got to get last week's posted, right?
Yes. We got to get the audio
from last
situated.
week and then the graphic. But there was Fran on the Tom's River Volkswagen Sports Hotline. We appreciate all the work he does. For over 83 years, the Circle Liquor Store has offered the best selection of beer, wine, and spirits in South Jersey. It's a stone's throw away from Ocean City. It's a landmark with a friendly staff. It's no wonder why Circle Liquors was named Best of Philly, Best of Atlantic City, with the most competitive prices around. The Circle Liquor Store is now a proud sponsor of the second hour of the Locker Room with Billy Schwein. Throwing a party, preparing for the big game, let Chet and his staff make sure you have everything you need. Check out the website at circleliquors.com. or give them a call at 609-927-2921. They deliver. That's the Circle Liquor Store. Just about everybody in our area has heard about the Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine that is run by ex-Philadelphia tight end Ken Dunnick. Were you aware of their private business network they call the Legacy Club? Every month, they hold private events at upscale locations in Philadelphia and South Jersey that attract over 200 top business people. If you have an interest in attending one of these events and see it's a fit for your business, send an email to ken@jerseymanmagazine.com or give them a call at 856-912-4007 for more information. When we return, we'll wrap it up. You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schwein and my Locker Room Youth Movement. Producer Danny Ryan and the intern Andrew Leeds right here on 97.3 ESPN.
Coming up on the next edition of the Sports Bash with Mike Gill.
Hey, it's Mike Gill. Coming up on Monday's show, we'll take a look back at the Phillies weekend against the Marlins. Plus, we'll get you ready for the NFL Draft. Yes, it's Draft Week. Football at 4 with Jeff Mosher. All that and more coming up Monday on the Sports Bash.
The Sports Bash, weekdays from 2 to 6 p.m. on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
Finding an electrician that is dependable, prompt, and experienced is important. Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Service is just that. Service in Atlantic and Cape May counties for 40 years, Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services specializes in both commercial and residential work and provides 24-hour emergency services. No job too big and no job too small. Call Tom Jackson & Sons Electrical Services. They do it all. Call for a free estimate, 609-399-1999.
Call Tom Jackson & Sons for electrical. They're number one.
Hi, this is ex-Philadelphia Eagles tight end Ken Dunnick, and I'm the current publisher of Jersey Man and Philly Man magazine, and I'm asking you to become a Camden County police officer and help make our city a better place to live. The Camden County Police Department is now hiring for sworn officers who are going to make a difference in our community. The first year's salary for the position is $51,000. So join the effort today to be part of something bigger than yourself. Visit CamdenCountyPD.org to apply online. That's CamdenCountyPD.org. Thank you.
Hey, Nick Earnshaw here. Is your driveway or parking lot cracked, faded, or just looking worn out? Give it new life with R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. For over 14 years, they've been protecting driveways and parking lots with top-quality seal coating that lasts. Their expert team uses premium materials to seal, protect, and enhance your asphalt curb appeal and add years of durability. Don't wait for costly repairs. Call R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating at 609-513-4375 for your free estimate. R.G. Lee & Sons Seal Coating. Seal today to last tomorrow.
Is your AC ready for summer? Don't wait for the heat to hit. Weak airflow? Warm air? Strange noises? These are warning signs your AC needs attention. Our skilled technicians offer AC repair services or replacements to keep your family cool all summer long. Don't sweat it. 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning has your back. Here to keep your home cool all summer. Visit onehour.com to schedule today. Financing options available.
Meanwhile, at Xfinity.
So, influencer life going well?
Oh, yeah. I'm up to 32 followers.
Oh, that's something.
Yeah, posting my tap dancing videos is easier than ever because we engineered Xfinity Internet with 99.99% network reliability.
Plus, Xfinity Mobile with Wi-Fi Power Boost gives you ultra-fast Wi-Fi at home and on the go. But wait, tap dancing? You don't tap dance.
Hey, what I lack in skill, I make up with passion.
Do more of what you love and love how fast you do it with Xfinity Internet and mobile. Through June 23rd, get 400 megabit Xfinity Internet with free equipment and unlimited internet data. Plus, get one unlimited 5G mobile line included, all for $40 a month for 1 year. And ask how you can get a free 5G phone. Visit Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit a store today. Restrictions apply with paperless billing and autopay with stored bank account. Xfinity Internet required. Taxes, fees extra. After 1 year, rate increases to $70 per month. After 2 years, regular rates apply. Actual fees vary and not guaranteed.
You're listening to The Locker Room with Billy Schweim on 97.3 ESPN and the free mobile app.
All right, we're back broadcasting live at the Toms River Auto Group studio right here in Northfield. Billy Schweim in my locker room. A youth movement. Producer Danny Ryan, the intern Andrew Leeds with me. Easter Sunday. And, of course, if you missed anything, you can always go to my podcast. I'm on 8 podcast locations. I upload the show. I usually do that on Sunday nights. Upload the Saturday show, and then on Monday night, usually Danny gets me the Sunday show. Don't forget, we're always on the X platform and the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
and
the website.
You do a good job with the website, Leedsy.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I appreciate that. LockerRoomBillySchweim.com. Right now, you can watch live there. All the interviews, all the Tommy Greene segments, high school athletes in the spotlight, bunch of photos. Got some new photos you sent me up there today.
See my daughter? I sent you that picture of my daughter with Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, it's a great photo. It's awesome.
He was at the Haddon Township basketball game when they played, I think, Woodstown or something in the playoffs, this Group 1 playoffs.
Yeah.
We went to the game. I wanted my daughter to see high school basketball. I didn't know Sirianni was going to be there.
Yeah.
He was gracious. He signed everybody's autograph.
He's a local man. I mean, he was guest bartending over at Brewers in Westmont a couple months ago.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the man.
Well, that's all in the same location.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I'm a substitute teacher at Haddon Township, and Brewers is right there on. I think it's on. Not Cuthbert. It was on Crystal Lake Avenue.
Yeah.
Cool
place.
He lives in Haddonfield. You know, Schwaber lives in Haddonfield, or Turner lives in Haddonfield.
Yeah.
Couturier.
My one of my
Nick
good friends
Sirianni.
actually saw Schwarber. He was at Hearthside, and he was getting dinner, and he saw Schwarber there with his wife and kids and stuff.
Yeah?
And he was thinking about going up to him to ask for a picture, but his first thought obviously was he's here for a night out. He's not trying to bother him. And then all of a sudden, the icing on the cake, he still was considering it, but then his kid was acting up. He had to go outside and discipline his kid. He's like, he's having a rough night. This is supposed to be his off night. I'm not going to go bother him.
You know, the
right
Schreiner
now.
would have gone up to him and said, "Hey, I need an interview."
Yeah. Can we step outside and do a 3-minute
you mind
piece?
if I ask you a couple questions?
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, Schweiner, I do. That would be his introduction. Speaking to the Phils, by the way, 135 first pitch today. As Jesus has risen, let's hope that Jesus' ERA has not risen.
Oh, listen to Danny making a biblical
by the time today is over, his start's over. But the lineup goes as follows: Bryson Stott leading off, playing second base. Trey Turner at short, batting second. Bryce Harper at first, batting third. Schwarber at DH, batting cleanup. Castellanos in right, batting fifth. Kepler, sixth and left. Bohm, seventh at third base. Rojas in center, batting eighth. And then Marchand catching, batting ninth.
How about Schwaber's homer the other night? Was that a tape measure? Or
Made
what?
some money on that, by the way.
What'd you do? What did you
Did
bet
a little,
that?
sprinkled $10 on it with a profit boost.
No!
Nice little $55 payout. I went over to Xfinity Live for a friend's birthday.
Are you serious?
Going over the bridge to go, Schwarber homered. I go, nah, don't mess with me. Don't mess with me. They go, no, look at your phone,
So
Schwarber homered.
you actually bet that before the game?
Yep.
That he was going to hit it.
That was a bomb.
Live bet it actually after I realized we were teeing off, and that was so I live bet it after they had already gotten their 6 runs. Right, Schwarber's homer was the 7th and final run of that game, and it cashed my bet. Let's go.
Did you see yesterday? He had it was a foul ball, but it went
Oh, my
fourth
gosh.
deck.
I was going to say, did you see that?
110
nuts.
exit velo, 110
It's like-
miles per hour.
Don't start with me, Danny.
Oh,
Don't
give me a
this
break.
velo crap.
What do you mean?
Exit velocity. What's the other one? Launch angle.
I don't-
mean, you guys
I
are just
don't-
ana-
I don't
Larry
care much.
Boa hates analytics.
I don't care much for the launch angle, but exit velocity literally tells you how well they squared up the baseball.
I think it's
that,
cool
is
to
that
hear.
great? So you can hit if you hit a double, a soft double in the gap. Who cares how fast it gets? Matter of fact, the faster it gets out there, it might limit you to a long single.
I understand your point when it comes to like judging a player's ability or quality, but I do think it's cool to hear like, wow, he hit the ball that hard.
It might be cool to hear, but it has no reference. Like it doesn't mean anything.
It means he crushed the damn baseball.
He hit it to the second baseman. He's out.
Yeah, that's fine. But
He
at
hits
the
it
same
to the
time,
shortstop. He's
It
out.
means he's getting solid contact.
Oh, that's
and
great.
That,
And he's hitting right to the-
and that he's trending in the right direction.
That's what.
Come
means.
on.
Is that what that means?
It does.
Like
Guy hit the baseball 110 miles
like
per
the
hour.
launch angle. Who cares how high it went as long as it went over the fence?
Yeah, I don't care much for that. But
Well,
it
who
is
cares?
cool.
Or who cares if it went out? If you hit a line drive home run or a pop up home run, who cares? It still went out.
Well, what it determines, though, is how much solid contact you're getting with your bat. That's really all it determines. It's a simple stat.
Boa could not coach you youthers.
Oh, my God.
You
Just
say you
because
guys are too sensitive.
You act like exit velocity is this new concept. Come on.
I just get so... I get aggravated with it.
I guess the miles per hour that pitchers throw then doesn't matter either, right?
Well, of course that...
Oh, that matters, though.
A lot more than exit velo.
I could use your logic against you. What does it matter if he's
It
throwing
does-
102
exit
as long
velo
as
has-
he's throwing strikes?
You can hit a hard ball right at everybody, and you'd be batting 091 like Brad Marsh.
But Brad Marsh.
Brandon Marsh or whatever his name is.
Majority of the time,
by the way, you know what really aggravates me?
What?
I've been calling for those guys that cut their hair for like 4 months now, 3 months for the beginning of the season, 3 weeks, and now all of a sudden it's starting to creep into.
They finally get asked
it's
about
getting
it
out.
now.
Like people are asking about it. I wonder where they heard that from.
Yeah, I don't know. Might be tuning in on Saturdays and Sundays from 10 to 12
right
here
they are.
on 97.3.
Look, athletes are superstitious. You're superstitious, aren't you?
Oh yeah, for sure.
So if you were in a slump, Leeds, would you consider changing your look? You got beard. Say
Maybe. I don't know if I
things
touch
are not
the beard.
going your way. I'm shaving.
That's his calling card, though, you know? It's like Bohm's hair is one thing, but Marsh's entire caveman look is kind of who he is at this point.
Well, he
I don't even know if he could shave if he wanted to.
I love Brand. I love Marsh. I think he's. I like the guy.
I love the energy he brings.
Yeah, I love the guy.
I wish he was more consistent.
I like the person. It just is. He's obviously not playing well. Change it up, man. Instead of he bends over, you see him in between innings, putting water on his long hair, making sure it's all coiffed and wet looking. Shave it off.
Listen, I'll tell you what. He is not making a good case for himself in Philadelphia right now. You've got a guy in Justin Crawford, who's Carl Crawford's son. Insane speed, good contact, has sneaky pop, and is a great fielder in AAA right now, tearing it up. And
you got
to add
Rojas
that on,
batting 345.
Rojas is playing well, 3 for 3 yesterday with 3 runs, a couple stolen bases, and now to add on top of it, Marsh goes on the 10-day IL. I'm telling you what, when he comes back from injury, if he doesn't come back hot, I wouldn't be surprised if his job is gone by mid-June.
Nick Earnshaw's a proponent of bringing up Crawford.
So am I.
You are too, Leeds?
I wouldn't be opposed to it. I mean, with the way Marsh is playing, unless Rojas stays playing at this level, because if Rojas keeps playing like this,
what Rojas did the other day, put down a bunt and put the ball in play, and they made a mistake. Everybody was safe.
I'll tell you what, he played in a summer league or an off-season, not summer league, obviously winter league, winter ball over. I don't even know where he's from. I'm not going to act like I know. I'm not going to butcher it. But anyways, he added some muscle. He was playing the entire off-season over there, getting a lot of reps. He looks like a much more polished hitter, to be honest.
By the way, I told you guys I was on the field interviewing the guys. You guys, I was impressed with the size of these guys. They're very muscular.
Yeah,
you don't realize
baseball players were never used to be. Look at Tommy Greene. I mean, he's chiseled out of stone too, and he's a former player.
Yeah.
But
I mean, that's the modern
JT
athlete.
Romuto,
Man.
I mean, he's
an athlete.
He's jacked.
I think he used to be a QB in high school
football.
too. Yeah, he's jacked.
Even Alec Boehm. I mean, he's a big dude.
And you hear guys like football play, like A.J. Brown was a top baseball prospect, got drafted. Like it is.
Kepler's a big dude.
Yeah. I mean, Boehm is tall. I mean, he's not the most
Harper's
built,
not
but
like Harper is cut. He's not huge, but he's strong looking, real strong looking.
Yeah.
When you
Schwarber is really
t-shirt.
the only one who's kind of got like that classic baseball look to him. And even
he's lost weight.
Yeah, he's like cut significantly from what he was a couple years back. I mean,
Leeds, you're not going to shave your head if the Phillies win the World Series?
I don't think I could do the head, man. I could do the beard. if my head shape was any
Duck
less
Dynasty
big.
over here. Mark Grimes.
Maybe we compromise and we make him regrow the mullet out. Not a buzz cut, but maybe
maybe I'll get a haircut.
Shave the hair, shave the beard,
and get a nice cut.
A real good mullet cut.
That would be essentially equivalent to shaving his head.
You got a big. I can tell you got a big.
I need a size 8 hat. Nothing below a size 8.
Oh my! What size hat do you wear?
I don't know. This one's adjustable. I think I was like 7 5/8 or something
I'm
like
7
that.
1/4. I got a small head.
Yeah,
I got
mine's.
a peanut.
I've always had a big box head.
Oh my gosh, we're over already.
I know, flies by. Time flies when you're having fun.
Did you find all your Easter eggs today there, Danny?
We actually had an Easter egg hunt yesterday.
Really?
A couple fireball shooters and the Easter eggs and stuff.
Do you, Leeds, you go looking for eggs?
Sometimes a couple around the house, I might do that when I get home.
My daughter,
we'll see
we're
what
gonna
the
do
bunny
that
did.
AG's gonna have to find her eggs. We put money. We get the plastic ones.
Yeah.
And put money in them.
Same.
So,
yeah.
Well, guys, man, thanks for coming in today. Happy Easter to you, Danny.
Happy Easter.
And your family. Happy Easter to you, Leedsy.
Happy Easter,
Appreciate you guys
Schweiner.
coming in. We have a lot of fun here on
It's almost like
Sundays.
it's our job.
Yeah. Right. I want to thank Tommy Greene as always. Hey, thanks, Charles Shea. Good luck to Charlie Shea in the Boston Marathon tomorrow. And, of course, thanks to Fran Mclaughlin for our high school athletes in the spotlight. Thanks for making the locker room part of your Sunday, because nothing could be finer than talking sports with the Schweiner. Have a great Sunday, Easter Sunday, and I'll see you next week right here on 97.3 ESPN.
The preceding program was paid for by The Locker Room with Billy Schwein.
97.